Joe Biden just signed this bill that was pushed, I think, imprudently by Republicans to ban TikTok. This happened last week. This was part of that big war funding measure, $95 billion war aid measure, money for Ukraine and the state of Israel and Taiwan. And you get $1 billion and you get $1 billion. And also a provision that would force TikTok to be sold or be banned in the US. Right now it's owned by this Chinese conglomerate. And so they say, okay, if the Chinese sell it, then we can keep our TikTok. If the Chinese don't sell it, it's banned in the US. Okay. Now, in principle, do I have any problem with that? Certainly not. I have no problem with we the people, through our representatives, exercising our political rights to delineate the public square, kind of like pruning a garden. In principle, the Chinese Communist Party could use TikTok to push a bunch of red Chinese propaganda onto our youths, and we have the political right to stop that in principle. But is that really what's happening? Doesn't seem to me it is. Does it seem to me that Xi Jinping is really the one benefiting from TikTok being popular in the US? No. Who benefits? Not just from TikTok. Who benefits from the banning of TikTok? Seems to me the clearest beneficiary of the banning of TikTok is Joe Biden. Because right now, TikTok has turned against Joe Biden. And that's because TikTok is used by Gen Z. And Gen Z has turned against Joe Biden. And Gen Z has turned against Joe Biden in no small part because of his Gaza policy, because they've all turned into a bunch of jihadis. And there are many very interesting historical and sociological reasons for why that happened. But they're out there now on campus wearing the keffiyehs, demanding humanitarian aid in the form of Ruffles potato chips and chicken tenders and seltzer water. And they're really angry that Joe Biden is still supporting the state of Israel. Some of Biden's donors are upset that he's not supporting the state of Israel enough, but the boomer donors are not on TikTok. It's the young people on TikTok, and it's causing a real political headache, so they got to shut it down. They got to censor TikTok because that is where Biden is losing a constituency that he cannot afford to lose, which is young voters, a group that Democrats rely on. That's who benefits. How do Republicans benefit by banning TikTok? I guess the only other consequence, the only major public consequence that I can see in America from banning TikTok, beyond helping Biden, is that it also helps Mark Zuckerberg. It also helps Google. It also helps the direct competitors to TikTok. That's good? That's what we want? We want to help Mark Zuckerberg, who spent $400 million in the 2020 presidential election, to help Joe Biden and to hurt Donald Trump? That's good. We want there to be fewer competitors to the libs who control the social media networks in America, who control our public square, and who censor conservatives, and who have immense influence, who can, according to some analysts, persuasive analysts, flip elections. That's what we want. That's not what I want. Who benefits? Go to preborn.com/Knowles. Rolling Stone recently published an article that read, quote, "Abortion funds applaud Olivia Rodrigo's support. It takes guts." Apparently, Olivia Rodrigo is giving a portion of her tour proceeds to the National Network of Abortion Funds. We need to stand up for life now more than ever, which is why you need to go check out our friends over at Preborn. Preborn's network of clinics are positioned in the highest abortion areas, often right next to abortion clinics. Every day, they rescue 200 unborn babies from abortion by introducing a mother to her child on ultrasound. When the expecting mother hears her baby's heartbeat for the first time, she is twice as likely to choose life. Preborn offers mothers who choose life assistance for up to 2 years. Every time you see a celebrity donating to death, we can respond by donating to life. One ultrasound costs just $28 and can save a life. If you have the means, would you consider a leadership gift of $5,000? Your tax-deductible donation will sponsor Preborn's entire network for 24 hours, helping to rescue 200 unborn babies. Preborn has a 100% charity rating, so you can give with confidence. To donate, dial pound 250, say keyword baby. That is pound 250, keyword baby, or donate securely at preborn.com/Knowles, K-N-O-W-L-E-S, preborn.com/Knowles. Who's actually getting hurt here? Is Xi Jinping quaking in his boots? Is he crying himself to sleep every night because Joe Biden signed this law to shut up people who are criticizing him? No. You know, the kind of people getting hurt by the TikTok ban? This lady.
Y'all see this RV? That's where we live. Not because we wanted to, because we couldn't afford housing anymore. What blows my mind is they are so swift to try to ban an app that has actually allowed normal middle-class people to gain some financial traction, where instead of living check to check, we now can have money to put back to get us a house. Literally, so many people are so out of touch with what TikTok actually is. Because this isn't a silly little app where we watch dances or small businesses that survive based off of this app. There are people who are just your normal everyday people like myself, who have been a stay-at-home mom who's finally able to do something where I post videos and make money off of that, or I promote products from TikTok Shop where I can actually bring in a significant amount of money to help provide for my family. I work my butt off doing it, but everyone sees it as just a silly little app. You are so out of touch. So is our Congress. So is all of our government. They have one track mind, and that's to control everybody. They obviously don't give a crap about its security. I don't understand how so many people buy into that lie. If they cared about our national security, if they cared about our data, then we wouldn't have Facebook, we wouldn't have Instagram, we wouldn't have open borders.
Wouldn't have open borders. How many Chinese nationals unvetted are pouring across our southern border every single day? A lot. That's how many. They don't seem worried about that security threat from the Chinese. It's so true. This is what the Republicans do. It reminds me of that line from G.K. Chesterton, who said that the job of the progressives is to go about making mistakes, and the job of the conservatives is to make sure they're never corrected. That seems like what it is. And while the conservatives go out there and they give their grand strategy, really grandiose strategy, policy speeches about how this is really going to stick it to Xi Jinping, Joe Biden's going to be laughing. Why'd he sign this bill? Why? Because he is in a pickle and the Republicans are bailing him out. The Columbia administration, you think they're angry at Mike Johnson for giving a speech at Columbia? You think they're angry at the Republicans for calling for these protesters to be arrested? No, they're thrilled that the Republicans are going to do the Democrats' dirty work for them and let them save face in front of their own supporters. When your enemies are fighting, don't interrupt. That was a good clip. Yes, it was. That's why you should ring that bell and subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.